Hello, this is part 1 of the shave chapter for barbers. So what are we going to learn to do? We are going to learn to list the basic guidelines for shaving a client. We're going to identify the 14 shave areas of the face. We will explain what you need to know about razor positions and strokes to perform a safe a shave safely and effectively, and we will describe the differences between various facial hair designs. We'll discuss infection control and safety precautions associated with shaving. We will demonstrate how to handle a safe razor safely. We'll demonstrate the freehand, backhand, and reverse freehand and reverse backhand positions and strokes. We will demonstrate a shave service, demonstrate a neck shave, and demonstrate a mustache trim, and we will demonstrate cutting in beard designs. So what is shaving? What is the objective of shaving? The objective is to remove visible part of facial and neck hair without causing irritation to the skin. So there's a key part of that sentence that I want you to think about. Without causing irritation to the skin. So this is the difference between a professional shave and someone at home shaving their face that hasn't been trained. Everyone thinks the closer the shave, the better, but that's not necessarily true. You don't want to push down hard to get a close shave or go against the grain to get a close shave. It's actually typically looked down on by professional barbers. You want to get a nice shave without irritating the skin and without pushing too hard, because that will irritate the skin and it can cause ingrown hairs. So we're going to use changeable blade or conventional straight razors, and we're going to use hot towels and a warm lather. So when starting a shave, you're going to consider the hair type. Is it curly facial hair? If it is, you have to be more careful of ingrown hairs, because if you think about a curly hair strand, you take one hair and it curls back up and then down and then back up and then down. And so when it comes out of the pore, it's curling back. So it can easily kind of curl back into the pore, and that will cause an ingrown hair. So if the facial hair is curly, then you want to make sure not to push too hard. You don't want to cut it from below the skin surface. You want to cut it at the skin surface so it doesn't turn into an ingrown hair. You also want to consider the hair growth. Analyze the direction and pattern of the hair growth before beginning the shave. And you want to make sure that your customer is satisfied. So there's 14 shave areas of the face to be shaved during the first time over part of the service. It's shaved systematically and sequentially from one section to the other. So you can see in the illustration the 14 shave areas. And the areas are numbered, but you need to pay attention to the direction that the arrow is going. That's the direction that your razor is going to go. And this is on page 341 of your Mialdy textbook. So now we're going to talk about razor positions and stroke. So the cutting stroke, is the angle of cutting with the razor. So the cutting stroke is the correct angle of cutting with the razor. There are 4 razor positions: freehand, backhand, reverse freehand, and reverse backhand. One way that I think it's a little bit easier to remember that is, I kind of think of it more like there's really only 2. There's freehand and backhand. So you look at the freehand, and that's going to be your palm facing the client and going in a downward motion. But freehand also has reverse freehand. So that's still, your palm is still facing the client. It's just that the stroke is going upward, up from the bottom to the floor. And then you have backhand. It's easy to remember because it's the back of your hand facing the client. So backhand is the back of your hand facing a client going in a downward motion. And then there's reverse backhand. It's the same. The back of your hand is facing the client, but it's going in an upward direction, in an upward motion. So there's freehand, reverse freehand, backhand, and reverse backhand. So again, the cutting stroke is the correct angle of cutting with the razor, and the position is the way the razor is held in the barber's hand to perform a stroke movement. And again, guys, I just want to take a moment to express the importance of reading your textbook and filling out your workbook. There's so much more in the textbook to cover than what I'm going to cover on these PowerPoint slides. Okay, so for the positions and the strokes, go to page 343. And there's a good table 13.1 on page 342 of the shaving areas, the area of the face for left-hand barbers and right-hand barbers. It's a little bit different. And the position and stroke and the direction of the stroke. Okay, so check those out. So the 4 positions. You need to know how to hold the razor, how to perform the stroke, and where to use the stroke. And you're going to get that from knowing the 14 shave areas, the different strokes, and the different directions. So body positioning. The shave procedure begins with the barber standing at the client's side. Right-handed barbers stand at the client's right side, and left-handed barbers stand at the client's left side. And again, check out that table 13.1 because that will show you more about that. So the professional shave. So there's kind of 3 different areas. There's a preparation, the actual shave itself, and then the finishing. So the preparation consists of draping the client, preparing hot towels, and the client's face for the shave. The shave is removing hair in the 14 shave areas without causing irritation or injury to the skin. Finishing is massaging, moisturizer, removing residual cream product, and light powder dusting. So what are the types of shaves? So there's the first time over, the second time over, the once over, the close shave, and the neck shave. So we're first going to talk about the first time over. So the first time over shave is the primary shave in the standard shave service performed on lathered facial hair. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about that before we go on. Because I'm going to tell you that it's going to get a little confusing, but I'm going to try to keep it kind of simple. So the first time over it can be followed by the second time over, or it can be followed by the close shave. We're going to talk more about that. So the first time over, let's talk about that first. The first time over is actually the primary, meaning the first shave in a standard shave service that is performed on lathered facial hair. The objective is to remove the beard growth without causing irritation and to leave a smooth skin surface. The first time over shave is followed by the second time over shave to remove any rough or uneven spots. Okay, so we have the first time over. That's going to go with the grain because you're going to go over it again. So you don't want to do too many strokes and you want to go with the grain. You definitely don't want to irritate the skin. So let's talk about this, the first time over shave followed by a second time over shave. So the second time over shave is performed for one of 2 reasons, either as a step that follows the first time over shave or as part of a close shave as described in a later section. Following the first time over shave, the barber checks the client's skin for any rough or uneven spots. The client's skin is moistened with a warm towel or water, and a freehand stroke is used to shave with or across the grain to remove any remaining hair. Okay, so the second time over is followed after the first time over, and you're going to feel for any spots that you might have missed, and you're going to go with or across the grain. I'm going to skip and come back to the once over, but I'm going to now talk about the close shave because the close shave can be part of the first time over. So the close shave is the practice of shaving the beard against the grain during the second time over phase of the shave. This practice is undesirable because it may irritate the skin and lead to infection or ingrown hairs. Therefore, barbers do not traditionally employ close shaving methods. That said, if a client's beard growth warrants it and he has requested a close shave, the barber should be able to perform this service. So the close shave takes the place of the second time over, and you're going to go against the grain on the close shave. So now we'll go over the once over shave. So the once over shave is kind of just how it sounds. You're only going to do it once. It's less time for complete shave services, and you smooth the face without a close shave. So the once over was popular when men went to barbershops daily for their shave. This shave should result in a smooth face without being a close shave. To perform a once over shave, use a few more strokes while shaving across the grain in each of the shaving areas. This practice should ensure a complete and even shave with a single lathering. Remember to use a light hand to avoid causing irritation. Then we have the neck shave. The neck shave accompanies a facial shave, shaving the neckline on both sides of the neck and behind the ears and across the nape. So when you're doing a shave on the face, you also want to include the neck shave. So trimming the mustache. Trimming the mustache requires care, artistry, and sensitivity to the client's preferences. So you want to look at their facial features, their hair growth and texture, and their personal taste when deciding how to trim their mustache. With the beard and the mustache, you want to be really careful, even the sideburns, not to cut too much. You want to have a good consultation until you get to know what your client likes. So designing the beard, beards balance the appearance of facial features. Careful approach, artistry, and sensitivity to the client's preferences are required for this service. So again, you want to have a good consultation. You really want to know what they want because it really varies what people could want with their beard. There's so many different designs that people can want. So make sure that you talk to them about it. It's a personal preference. So you can always give them your advice, but sometimes people are pretty particular about their beard and they might have a certain way they like it. And if that's what they want, then, give it to them. Okay, so we're going to stop here for today.